The views and opinions expressed in the following program are those of the hosts and guests, and not necessarily those of the staff or management of Worldwide Digital Broadcasting Corporation.
Hi guys, welcome to the Animal Healer today. This is Devon and Magic and my friend Keith. And before the angels did their channeling on Devon, he couldn't be around people. Keith, do you have some scars to share?
There are a few, yes.
This dog was so deeply traumatized, and we're going to show what the angels did in the channel healing that got them. Do you want to share anything about Devon?
Oh, well, they're both rescues, Devon and Magic. They're a breed called McNabb Collies. They're a herding breed, very highly intelligent, and need to be kept very active. So they participate in a couple of different sports for dogs, and have just been a bit to deal with on occasion for this one in particular, but they're both high energy dogs and give a lot of love in return when they're focused on their sports.
And how did you have to deal with him before the angels worked with him?
Everything is very cautious. You have to be very mindful about his mood and what may or may not trigger his aggression. So, but he's calmed down significantly and has been able to approach people, including some strangers, without
I love that.
Without too much trepidation. So, and he seems to be enjoying himself a lot more.
Oh, I'm so happy, Devon. He was really a deeply troubled little soul, and now he's
still a bit mental, but
at least he's out. All right. So anyway, we're going to pick this up a little bit later. Is it so? Magic has come, and Devon has come. Particularly Devon has come so far that Keith's going to show us some really impressive moves here.
well, it's partly the breed. They're very intelligent. They pick up tricks and things very quickly. Okay. Ready? All right. Bag. Magic bag. Oh, just bag. There you go. All right. Down. Roll over. Roll over. This hard surface is kind of tough, huh? All right. Ready? Magic. Left. Right. Down. Down. Back. Good boys. Break.
Hi, welcome to the Animal Healer. I'm Sarah Stone. We're here today with Keith Brown, and the angels and I worked with one of Keith's dogs, Devon, several months back. And Keith, could you tell us what some of the issues were before we worked with
Certainly.
Devon?
He's very fear-based. He had a lot of trauma and abuse when he was a puppy before he was rescued. And he would be very aggressive towards strangers and just react very fearfully and aggressive. So we were concerned about that and wanted to see if there was something that could be done to help mellow him out.
Mm-hmm. And do you have some scars that you may have had before we worked with him?
Well, he was certainly able to inflict some damage to anyone who got too close. You couldn't touch him behind his shoulders. He was very fearful because he had suffered a lot of abuse on his hindquarters, so if you touched behind his neck, he would just turn around and bite to protect himself.
And I actually recall from his channeling, which we'll be playing for you, his actual healing, that there was healing that went up his spine and into his bones, which usually tells me there's pain there. So That's great. So now, how has he been since the Angels did their work with him?
He's been much more relaxed around strangers. He doesn't aggress like he did. He still has his limits, but he's much more approachable and much more willing to approach people. Before he would just stand off and be very guarded and letting anyone come near him.
Yeah, okay. Well, we also have a really fun little video to show you. But what we'll do now is go ahead and play the actual channeling that we did with Devon that helped him to really turn around so that he could be around more people and enjoy his life much more. Did you have anything else you'd like to add? I would like you to also mention about the things. Things
Flying Aces, yes.
Yeah.
Both dogs are rescues. They're both a breed called McNabb Collie. So if you're familiar with the Border Collies, these are Border Collies with PhDs. Highly intelligent animals, very active lifestyles. So they've been trained in agility as well as a sport called flyball, which is a relay race for dogs. And they love it. It's high energy. They get to go over a series of hurdles, grab a tennis ball out of a contraption that launches it when they press a pedal.
Yeah, those are fun.
Come back while it's a four-dog team, and so the other dogs are coming in while they're racing out. So they love it. It's high energy. It's like being a soccer mom for four-legged, furry kids.
And what's it called again?
Flyball.
And it's right here in Las Vegas.
Yes, there's several teams. The team they compete on is called Flying Aces. We train at a place called Smarty Paws, which is up on North Rancho, and it's an excellent training academy for all canines, from everything from nose work, basic obedience, nose work, agility, flyball. Great center and resource here in the Valley.
That is so good to know. So thank you so much for that.
Thank you.
The Angels, what they picked up and were showing me it's always so stunning to me, amazing. This dog, Devon, was desperate for help because he's so smart. He knew something was wrong. And this, taking and accepting the Angels' healing, which he did, really turned him around to who he is today. And anything else you'd like to share, Keith?
Well, it's still a work in progress, but it is much improved. But what was amazing to me was having not even met the dog or my describing him, you were able to zero in on a lot of his personality and a lot of his characteristics and traits that I hadn't shared with you. So that was coming from whatever work you were doing and
yeah, the Angels just
information
show me.
you were given. So I was, I have to admit, I was very skeptical initially.
So was I, and I was doing it for years. I'm not skeptical anymore, but
so, and then of course the other thing was the relationship with another dog in the household you saw in the video, Magic. And while after the session, Devon even tried to initiate play with Magic, which hasn't occurred in many years.
I love that.
Magic is still skeptical and afraid from previous interactions. So, but at least it was a start where it was amazing to see Devon, let his guard down and want to play. So. Yeah,
he was so sad and just haunted on the inside. And as it's not uncommon to find spirits in a house that need to be cleared out as well. And there's a little bit of that in the channel, and it, for some reason, got cut off. Probably the spirits got mad, but anyway, we got rid of them out of your house, and that helps too. Everybody needs a good clearing here and there.
Very good.
Well, I'm thrilled with the results, and of course, I say every time, but it's not me doing it. This is literally angelic healing coming through and doing this work.
So for whatever its sources, I'm very appreciative. Thank you very much.
Thank you much for coming
And Devon
on.
thanks you in his way.
Yeah, well, I'm so happy for him because he was really miserable.
So were we.
He was very, just had such a heaviness on him that he knew shouldn't be there. And he was really desperate for help, and he took it, and we're thrilled.
Let's go.
Well, Keith, thank you so much for coming in. Thank you for sharing everything you've shared with the videos and audios, and I would love for you to tell us just a little more about their, what do you call it? I'm looking at that, I'm thinking,
It's a sport called fly ball, and the team is Flying Aces, flyingaces.com. We're always interested in having...
where are they located?
Well, the team practices at a facility called Smarty Paws, which is up on North Rancho, up by the North Las Vegas Airport.
Oh, yeah.
Wonderful facility. SmartyPaws.com, I believe, is their website. So, great for dogs who have a need for high energy outlets and are willing to chase after a ball and come back to you. So,
Awesome.
but
Sounds like fun.
We'll train them. Some of them take longer than others, but it's a popular sport, and the rest of the resources at Smarty Paws, like I said, everything from agility to nose work to all types of behavior, obedience and behavior modification classes.
And it dawns on me to mention, there's so many animals that have so much high energy that get in trouble at home, and they need this type of outlet
Correct.
to get this out and enjoy their lives. So I think anybody who's got a high energy doggy, I would head to Smarty Paws.
Very good. Check us out, flyingaces.com. There's several other teams in town, but if you just type Flyball Las Vegas, they'll probably come up on the websites.
Awesome. That sounds
Very good.
fantastic.
Thank you very much. Appreciate so much.
Thank you so much for coming to the studio, and we will catch up a little later about that.
Very good.
Very proud of the doggies. Very, very proud. Good boys.
Well, I'm a little biased.
Well, beautiful. They're absolutely gorgeous. All right. Well, thanks so much for tuning in this week, and we'll be back next week with more information on angels doing their healing work on animals. Thank you. This healing session is for Devon, and the main purpose is to help him to release his deep fears that create aggression. And we'll see what else comes up. But I can see right off the bat, he really wants help to release this. He does not like what is literally in him or resting on him that he can't get rid of. So we're going to help him out. I'm first starting with asking Devon, how does he feel about life in general? And he shows me really, truly rattled to the core. He's just stressed by this pressure that's on him that I'm pretty determined to get off of him. So here we go. I'm now looking at his body, and the first place I see the healing energy go to is his kidney area, and the kidneys are known to have issues when one is holding on to a lot of anger and grief. So what I'm asking the angels to do for him now is to just heal this energy area, and we're going to ask him now to download to Devon everything he needs to know to help him have a deep knowledge and understanding of what created this anger. And now we want to tell him the truth about life and love and peace and happiness so that he can release this issue in the kidney area. I think we're going to get some real good results. He's been feeling so desperate, and he just doesn't know what to do about it. So I think we're going to really see an improvement with him. The next place I see healing going to is his solar plexus chakra energy area. And that can get blocked by taking in more than one can assimilate and utilize, too much emphasis on power or recognition, feelings of anger, fear, hate, also digestive issues. And it will help to clear, it'll help him with awakening, transformation, warmth, personal power. And it does address pancreas, adrenal, stomach, liver, gallbladder, nervous system, and muscles. I think his is mainly emotional, but he may get some stomach distress as well. And finally, the functions of the solar plexus chakra. It vitalizes the sympathetic nervous system, digestive processes, metabolism, and emotions. So I'm just going to hold this healing light on this area until it moves somewhere else. Okay, now I'm seeing moving from his heart all the way around his head, a fuzzy white light, which means he's in a lot of distress, just personal distress. I don't believe it's anything going on in your household. It's something that has been just haunting him, and I really feel we're going to help him a great deal. So, and he wants it so much. So I'm going to watch till they balance some of this out. Now I'm seeing the sacral chakra energy area, and that can get blocked up with feelings of confusion, purposelessness, jealousy, envy, desire to possess, urine or bladder problems. And this area also holds a tremendous amount of emotion. So clearing this helps with working harmoniously and creatively with others, health, family, tolerance, and surrender along those lines, and also helps with assimilation of food, physical force and vitality, and will help the bladder as well, and kidneys and bladder. So I'm going to watch this for a little while and be back. Hey, I'm asking the angels about his feelings now, and I see that we have a trauma chamber with a T, and it's like 3 levels, and he's way up on the 3rd level. So we're going to let him sit in there, and it's going to be very healing to this trauma that he's, for some reason, been living. And I'm going to ask now to release all cell memory that does not serve him, that creates these harmful feelings for him. All cell memory is to be released now so that he can live in peace, which is what he really wants. And as he's in the trauma chamber and we're releasing all cell memory from this lifetime, another lifetime, whenever wherever this was created, I don't think it was a past life. I'm not getting that sense. But the heart chakra, the functions are, it anchors the life force from the higher self, energizes the blood and physical body with the life force and circulation. I think his is emotional, not his physical heart so much we're working with. And this energy area can get blocked from feelings of repression of love, although I know you pour your heart out to him. It can get blocked from feelings of emotional instability, feelings of out of balance, and will help with forgiveness, understanding, and balance, and peace and acceptance, harmony, contentment. So it's getting a big blast now, so I'm just gonna, once again, go off the line and watch till we see pretty good clearing. Okay, now I'm seeing healing going to his hips and the also the root chakra, which is real good. It addresses adrenals, kidneys, spinal column, colon, legs, and bones. And it can get blocked with feelings of insecurity, violence, greed, anger, overly concerned with one's physical survival, tension in the spine, and will help with feelings of grounding, stability, security, patience, courage, and will also help give vitality to his physical body, his life force, survival, self-preservation, and instincts. From what I'm seeing tremendous healing going into the urinary, bladder, kidney area, the kidneys, and the root chakra. So, if he's been having any accidents, which you didn't tell me he was, I don't think, in the house, this would be why. So, I'm going to just watch this. Oh, now I see healing going right up the spine and his ribs. So he's had some discomfort with hips, quite a bit, spine, ribs being out of alignment. So now we're going to call in the skeletal adjustment team and get everything in alignment and get him more comfortable in that respect as well. The words that seem to come to me are anger, disappointment, and fear, and where he got this from, if it was that bad in his first home or however many he had before you got him, at least we're going to be getting them cleared up. He's, with the extremely bright and intelligent animals can have the worst issues because they just don't forget. And they know things are supposed to be different. So we are still working on releasing some of that cell memory. He's looking better, coming down a level in the trauma chamber, and that makes me feel good. And I know I already said this once, but it's been a long time since I've seen an animal that was so desperately wanting help. This is how smart he is. So it's really fascinating to be a part of this. I've been kind of surprised that I haven't seen any darkness around him, but it has now shown up, and there seems to be an entity or an energy that is holding on to these old feelings and memories. So we are going to work on releasing these attachments and dark energies and negativities completely and totally off of him, and sending him off to the godlight for healing, never to return to earth. Well, they're all coming out now. There was dark entities or attachments in the heart energy area, the solar plexus area, the sacral area, and they're all being eliminated immediately and permanently, never ever to return to earth. We're really focusing on his hips now. A lot of light going in there. I'm asking for synovial fluids and everything he needs for comfortable hips, or simply replace them with brand new healthy hips. As I look back at the trauma chambers now, he's down to the first level, which is very exciting. So I really know he's going to be feeling so much more at peace. So we're just asking to release all cell memory that would create any kind of trauma whatsoever in fear. At the risk of repeating myself, there is still a tremendous amount of healing and adjustments going on in his hip, spine, and ribs. So I think he's going to be feeling quite a bit better physically as well as emotionally. I'm now putting Devon in front of you and your roommate. I can't quite remember his name. I don't know why David's ringing a bell, but anyway, and Magic. And he's very sensitive to what's going on between you two. Very worried about it. So I'm going to ask the angels to download to Devon exactly what's going on with you two and everything he needs to know to have a deep knowledge and understanding of the whole big universal picture, so that he can come to a place of peace and acceptance. We're also going to let him know that if he does move out, he'll still be able to visit with him, because he's really close with the both of you. Your roommate seems to have a very soft, gentle, loving side to him that Devon likes. Keith, I just get a little more from you that you just get real uptight about things on earth and life, and it's so easy to just let a lot of stuff go and lighten up. I think that you hold on to a lot of old stuff too. You could probably benefit from one of these healing sessions yourself, but overall, we're coming a long way with Devon here, and it's always so fascinating. Now that we've broken through this emotions of fear, creating aggressiveness, we seem to be peeled back to depression. So we will address this depression. It's going right into the solar plexus chakra again. So we're peeling away layers, and he's starting to look a little more relaxed, but we got a lot more work to do here. I'm putting both Magic and Devon in one channel and asking the angels to download to each of them who each one is in spirit and where they've known each other before. And I'm calling forth the Akashic records to find a lifetime or a time when they got along, so they can be kind and compassionate brothers now. So calling forth a lifetime where there were no issues between the two. And this is for the highest and greatest good only. And I'm going back and looking at Devon again, and I'm seeing feelings of a lack of trust and a little bit of bitterness. So now we're going to ask the angels to download every bit of information he needs to address these feelings in such a way that gives him deep knowledge and understanding, so that he can find real peace and joy and happiness.